Okay, everybody, thank you so much for jumping on tonight. It's a very special event that we have the beautiful Linda Evenden all to ourselves for our team. Feel very privileged, that she's given up her time to be with us. And if you haven't heard of Linda, Linda is one of my amazing mentors and a mentor to many in our Juice Plus business and in our team. Linda is also a beautiful wife and mum, speaker, coach, and her passion is to help women to magnify their unique gifts and bring heart and courage to their businesses, to supercharge their wildest dreams and visions. No wonder she's a mentor of mine, right? Linda is a passionate advocate of our industry, as you've heard her just share about her events, and she delivers dreams every day and loves empowering women to lead a fired up, independent, duplicating team. Linda leads a global team of thousands and has been in our industry now for 9 years. So I can't speak any highly of Linda, and I'm just going to pass it over to her and we get her to ourselves tonight. So over to you, Linda.
Thanks for the intro, Kate. And, I'm here to serve you guys. What can we cover? What do you want me to share with you? Let's just do, it's like a fireside chat.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to pop off mute, pop it in the chat box and we can have Linda all to ourselves for our own benefits.
Creating vision and growing belief. Okay, so creating vision and growing belief early in the business. While you're building your own, when you're new early in the business, you just want to follow the system. There's already somewhere in the team that the system's working, that someone has big vision already out there and someone has big belief, and it's monkey see, monkey do. You're part of their belief and their vision until you build yours so big that you say, I don't need them anymore. So even though I was building mine, what I really stepped into, well before I could believe what was possible for me, I stepped into Lauren's. I stepped into Lauren's vision of a global team that could work from anywhere, that was empowered, and we could do anything if we put our mind to it. So that was the foundation and culture that I just saw she was building. She never sat down and explained it to me. I just saw it and felt it. And so as mine grew, I've added to that year after year. So I never set out to, have the size business and the style of business that we have now. But what I did set out to do was to give myself a pay rise every single month. That was one of my early aims, and it was easy to do. It's really easy to do, guys. If you do more of what you did last month, every single month in your business, as I'm starting new people, I just say 2 reach outs a day. It takes 10 minutes and a cuppa. And I don't know anyone who, if they're dedicated and that they can see that there's money on the table and this business is easy and duplicatable, that others are having success doing this at all different levels. An extra $300 a month, an extra, $3,000 a month, an extra $30,000 a month. There's quite a few in the team that are up in those realms now. So I understood that really early on, that every single month, if I just did what I did the last month. So I stuck to something called 5-1. I went for 5 new customers every single month and 1 new team as a minimum. And that helped me grow really nice and steady. Okay, it didn't set the world on fire, but it really did create, I went from 300 a month to 500 a month to 700 a month to 1,000 a month to 1,000. I think there was only in the last, 9 years, I think there was only 2 or 3 times that my pay dropped, and that will only happen when you're promoting distributors. So it was a quality problem. Once I understood what that actually meant and what was happening, it was just this temporary drop and then it would slingshot back even more. So my question to you is, ask yourself, what if you could give yourself a pay rise every single month? Do you know what's actually available? If I asked you, do you know how much profit you make on a premium and a 30 shakes at the level that you're at? Could you tell me? Because here's the thing, when I'm telling new people what's on offer for that, and I say, you know, here's $67 when you get a new customer and you're brand new and maybe you never build team or anything else, that's profit that you can understand. We can all understand a sale and a profit. And then once you go through the ranks, we all need to get our head around this, Mel. So I really, why I'm bringing this up now is I just went over this with someone who's already SDVF, well on her way to qualifying, and has already produced an SDVF. She did not have any clue how much she was making until I just went over it, like this sort of whiteboard that I've mapped out. When you look at premium, for example, you know, maybe it's now, the exact numbers of this, we've got in the files tab in Team Spirit. We've got a one-pager that's got, you know, milestone 1, milestone 2, which is DVF Rocket, and then SDVF, how to get there. And then it's got the table of all of the points and the retail profit at 4%, 9%, and 14%. So you can actually see, wow, I would much prefer to make, you know, $120 instead of $65 per box. You can actually see as you grow up in promotional levels, you get more profit forever. So as quickly as possible, my aim is to get people through milestone 1 and 2. Those early victories mean a lot, the early bonuses. Then you kind of out them on Facebook, like, look at this girl fly. I'm so excited to be working with this babe. She's already making an impact and creating some magic in our venture. And then you get nosy book. You know, everyone's kind of, hey, what are you up to? And so from there, we're well on our way to milestone 2, which is that SDVF. By then, once they've reached SDVF, they've very likely created $800 to $1,000 in their first 40 days. This is a wildly generous marketing plan, especially those upfront victories and upfront dollars mean a lot, because all of the fears that we may have around, can I do this? Is it worth it? You know, what do I need to know? Is it going to take too much time? I don't know any people. We're really helping collapse those early fears and giving them these victories. And the best way to do that is money in their bank account. The husband starts to, oh, okay, well, that's pretty good. And then as quickly as possible, I get their focus off them and then to serving others. Who else do you know who would love to create another $1,000 in the next few weeks? Who's kind of struggling with this? You know, who needs a community? Who needs something else to give them some hope and some vision in what they're creating? So vision and belief grow as you grow, if that makes sense. Yeah. What else? Yes, the comp plan and percentages of profit are really, they're really important, because this is how we can have people excited and empowered with what they're doing, you know, what they're up to in life. How can you stop comparing? You just stop. That's like saying, you know, how can you stop smoking? How can you stop spending too much money shopping? How can you stop watching Netflix? You make it more important that you just stop, because you realize that it's more negative than positive. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's that simple. I don't have a magic answer for that other than you just stop. You only keep doing something if it serves you. So you only keep comparing if that's your escape card. If that's why you stay playing small, is because you love comparing. Scrolling through Facebook and Insta, it's a rabbit warren. It is completely, it's not about feeling good. I used to find I'm hardly ever on Instagram now for that reason. I don't really get a lot of value out of Instagram. I think it's way more of a highlight reel. And Facebook, I'm very intentional. I am on Facebook 3 15-minute chunks a day, and I'm very intentional in what I'm doing in there. So I do Messenger messages for 2 chunks of 15 minutes in the day, and I do a 15-minute window in the school pickup line from 2:45 until 3. I'm cheering. I've got the cheerleader hat on, and then the other 2 times I am answering messages as quickly as possible. Why are events and connecting to trainings important? This is vital. Here's why. This business is, you can't do it on your own. I don't care who you are and how independent you are. This is not a business of me. This is a business of staying connected and staying close to the fire. So if you're not hearing the same things each week, if you're not feeding the flowers more than the weeds, the more disconnected you are from success and those with the belief and with the vision and with the experience that are further down the path than you, you will definitely go off path. So there's nothing more important than deciding what are your absolute musts, your non-negotiables. Just pick and choose. I do a live every Tuesday at 12 for half an hour, and I do Q&A. And I mostly do mindset. You probably have been around me long enough to know that I don't spend too much time talking about the tools, because here's my reality. You all know what to do. Like, honestly, who knows what to do? If your life depended on it, do you think that you could go out and share the fruits and veggies and berries with people who want to look good, feel good, make money and have fun? Do you actually know what to do? Yes, you've done it before, you can do it again. You've found some customers, you've found some team. You've done it before, you can do it again. We complicate it. All this shit in between, we complicate it. You all know what to do. What prevents you is all the stories in between. It's just stories. And that's mindset. That's why I spend 99% mastering mindset as much as I can. And the 1% is the easiest part of what we do. But why doesn't everyone go and do it? It's all the stories. And we've got a million ways to justify the stories, like comparison, like overwhelm, like unsupportive partners, like, my town's especially different because no one here wants to look good, feel good, make money or have fun. Like, we've all got these I hear stories all day, every day, magnificent, well-developed, well-believed and tried and tested stories about why people can't be where they want to be in their business. And it always comes back to, are they teachable? Are they following the system, like doing the high-paying activities? And do they have the desire? Do they actually want to? So it's like back on your question, Kate, of how can you stop comparing or beating yourself up? If you don't want to, you're not going to. That's just going to win, comparing and beating yourself up. I've seen that take out so many amazing people because they just don't do the work to stop doing that and to start appreciating, to start being grateful, to start noticing where they are rocking, to start having compassion for themselves first and foremost. Right? It all starts with us. We can't give what we don't give ourselves. So I think I saw another one about personal development. What's my favourite personal development go-to on mindset? Can you guys see, if I show you over there, can you see my bookshelf? See all the black? There's about 15 journals in there. And this last year I spent literally hundreds of thousands in personal development. I'm not saying you go do that. I reinvest. The more I make, the more I reinvest. The more I make, the more I reinvest. At a higher level, at higher leverage. Even when I felt like I couldn't afford personal development, I did. I got myself to that first UPW 17 years ago, and we're still taking people this year, because that's what sets everyone apart, is knowing that you're not asleep at the wheel, you're not a victim in life, that you can change a story in any moment that you decide to. And the difference is you deciding that you don't want to live another minute, another hour, another day having a default life, doing the ordinary. We attract people in this business because they're tired of ordinary. They're done with the default life. They know what the next 5 years is going to look like. If nothing changes, nothing changes. So personal development, it's free. You don't have to spend a cent, because every single thing that I ever learned and did used to pay for is now on YouTube and podcasts, and it's everywhere, even within this team. How do you help team that see themselves as victims? You don't, because, honey, honestly, they're going to want to stay the same because it's serving their needs. You can only influence people when they come to you for help and say, what am I not seeing? How can you help me? Does it make sense? Otherwise, we don't have permission, and it will fall on deaf ears. It often will. Even when our intention is really good, you can get great at asking really good quality questions. So how I would coach someone is I would reach out to them and say, how are you? I would love to check in. I'd love to see if, creating the extra income, like when you first started, if this is still important. So I always know why they said that they want to be here, why they're doing this, the stake in the ground. I always remember that and know that. I know that they want to do mum care instead of daycare. I know that an extra $1,000 a month for them is going to allow them to do this and this and this. And I'm always checking in with, why are they here? And always expanding what that can be. So unless I know why they're here and how to really, because this isn't about me and what I want for them in the business, it's all about them. The only leverage we have is, why are they here? So I'll often circle back and say, is this still important? This seems to be, down the list of priorities, and I understand that. What would it take to make this a priority? What do you have to see? What would you have to create? What will success look like for you if we focus on this for half an hour for 5 days a week for the next 30 days? Would that be important? Can we make this a priority? What would have to happen to make it happen? Can we have a 30-day focus? And I'm going to put you in with, myself and our upline NMD, and we're just going to hold each other accountable. We're going to keep it so simple, the 30-day grid, and we're going to do 2 reach outs for the first 15 days. That's it. That's all we're going to do. We're going to reconnect with people. We're going to get back in conversations. We're not chasing and convincing anyone. We're just going to get out of doubt and fear, and we're just going to get into action. So for the next few weeks, would you invest in you? Because I want to invest in you. So I'll often do those conversations and make it so basic and not let's take over the world and let's get to the next position and I go back to the absolute basics and say, imagine if we could get another $300 between now and the end of the month. It's the 21st. We still have 9 or 10 calendar days. Now, if I was to work with you for the next 10 days, and you each commit to reaching out, circling around 2 people a day, then we're going to contact 20 people. Chances are, out of 20 people, you'll get to a level 2, 3, or 4 part of the conversation. Level 1 is, hi, hun, how are you? It's been ages. I thought of you the other day, how's life? That's number 1 level. And then they'll give something back, number 2, how about you? Then you get to number 3, then you get to number 4. which is, you know what, it's been a shit 6 months. I'm really ready to, you know, get back in and ramp this up. If I would you, I'd love you to take a peek at this. I know, you know, you kind of looked at it ages ago, or you've never really looked at it. And here's what I know to be true. You can't possibly know what this is because it's so different to anything I ever imagined. So I'd love it if you come and look at it, and then you can make an informed decision. And I don't know, you might love it, you might hate it. I won't, you know, I won't bring it up again, but at least come and see and hear and feel, and this is why I thought of you. So those real contacts, what's going to happen to your business if you do that? What's going to happen to you, your confidence level, your belief, your vision? Just two contact. Every single person who wants to move forward in this business can reach out to 2 people a day for 10 to 15 minutes. And if people aren't prepared to do that, I can't help them. I can't, like, how can I help someone who's not prepared to do the absolute basic actions that we get paid for? We get paid for a lifetime when we do those simple actions consistently. That's all it takes to bring back momentum. 3 or 4 days, and then it gets back. Someone gets back. Someone says it's good timing. A new 3-way messenger happened, and now it's back. Now there's blood and life back in this thing. And you pick it up, and it's like when you start a car. It's hard for the first little bit. It's like, oh my God, I have to start again. We reset in this business many times. We reset at least once a year because you can't stay in big momentum and big productivity all the time. But is it worth it? Yes. So it's about you knowing that it's worth it. It's about you knowing what your small victories will be and feel like. It's about finding the other revenue in the business while you're building the financial revenue. Find the connection revenue, find the free personal development, find the community, find the emotional revenue. If you all were to focus on what you're doing a great job at, and you were all to print out your PVC report, and I don't care how small it is, I don't care if it's 3 customers or 1 customer and your own, there is so much that you can look at and appreciate if you wanted to. There's a lot. So instead of seeing what the PVC report isn't and what people aren't doing, you're the leader that puts on the hat that says, look what we've already created. And when you appreciate what you have, then you get more. But you don't get more because you demand more and you have a story that you need more and you complain that you don't have enough. That never gets more. That to me is the greatest secret that most people just really don't get. They're so busy looking at what they don't have that they stay in that less than. The glass is always half empty, whereas how it all works, the energy and the momentum and the universe and whatever you want to call it, energy, it's all energy, is appreciating what you already have and what's already working and focusing on that and magnifying that every single day. That creates more and that creates more. Does that make sense? Can you all feel that there has been a very big shift in leadership since GoPro and GoPro Beyond Leadership? Yeah. Because why? Because we decided. We decided, let's blow shit up. We know how to do this. We've done it before. We can do it again, right? We need to stop the complaining, stop the whinging. We need to start acting as if. We need to remind everyone how much we believe in them. We need to roll up our sleeves and get to work with those with 2 hands up. We need to create the momentum. We need to create the campaigns. We need to create the excitement. And everyone is so excitable. They're just ready to step in at any minute when something's happening. So there's waves of momentum. This is the next big wave. And you're either going to be on it or you're going to be watching. So I'm going to a lot of different teams right now saying you're either going, here's the second wave. We've been in consolidation for 1 year. 1 year. Get on it, Michaela. 1 year we've been exactly the same. I didn't go down. I didn't go up. It's the first year of 5 years that my business is not this graph like this, just steady, stable, incredible growth. And then we've consolidated. So now I know who the leaders are, who are still here, who are still being consistent, who created leadership muscle, who know how to build in. It's easy to build in momentum. It's not as easy to build when it's in consolidation. So that sorts out the rats and the mice. You get to decide which one am I going to be. Am I going to be in momentum and part of it, putting my foot on the pedal? Or am I going to be foot on the brake, watching and bitching and moaning that I'm in the wrong team, I'm in the wrong, pay line, I've got the wrong eating program, I've got the wrong, right? Because it doesn't matter where I am, they're the same stories and they're just stories. We've all got exactly the same things that we work with, same products, same company, same team, same pay plan, same country. We've all got, this is what can mess you up about this business, because we've all got the level playing field. There's no advantages and disadvantages. Everyone has exactly the same chance to create what they want to create, and they're going to be rewarded on their own effort, not others. Too much drama in the team, you need 5 new team. Team's flat, you need 5 new team. You do, not trying to squeeze that out of the team, tell them to go get 5 more. No. You go get 5, and then they'll watch and say, that looks fun, that looks easy. I don't want to be left behind. I better go and get 5. Okay, what else? How do you help? Why? And has taking risks like that pay off for you? Because lots of people look at the time and cost to get to game plan as too hard. Are you kidding? Game plan that includes lunch and morning tea and an international guest speaker that you can't see him for under $100 anywhere on the planet, and game plan is $128 or something like that for a full 9 to 5. If people aren't ready to invest in a big major day like that, and I've just said what it will do to their check and their bank account, again, I can't help them. And I know after 9 years where to invest my time, which is my biggest commodity that I never get back. I value my time more than anything. So that's just the story. If they wanted to go and create $500 of income to reinvest in their business, could they? Before end of October, could they? Awesome. Then that's what you go do. But you employ yourself. It's not your upline's job to motivate you. It's nonsense. This is your business. So we need the entrepreneurial mindset, not an employee mindset of, can't the company do something for me? Can't they make it happen for me? Why isn't it easier? One of my favorite Jim Rohn quotes is, don't wish it was easier, wish it were easier, wish you were bigger. Wish that you were smarter, wish that you were more committed. Don't wish the problems would go away. Wish that you were bigger to handle them. Does it make sense? So we get to employ ourselves at the level that we want to be rewarded. So what would you pay you based on last month's effort? If you look at your high-paying Juice Plus activity time, high-paying activity, is not training. That's on your own time. That's your loving time. That's you loving you, growing you, grow your business, grow you first. You don't get paid for that. Did you get paid when you went to university or school? I worked 3 jobs when I was at university. And then after 4 years of university and a double degree, I finally got paid a little bit in the first year. Then I got paid a little bit more in the second year. Then I got paid a little bit more in the third year. This is the 4-year career. What you're in is a university degree. But everyone comes out expecting in their first year while they're studying, why haven't they got like a 7-figure income by now? Like, it's absurd. I don't know when that started happening, but that's nonsense. $500 extra a month. Put your hand up if you've ever created more than $500 a month in a Juice Plus check, 500 or more. So here's what I want to tell you. Guess how much you need in the bank to earn $500 extra of interest to just come into your bank account? You need between 400 to 460,000 in the bank for 500 to interest landing in your bank account. Do you have that spare? Anyone got that cash sitting around? So what are the other ways that you can create $500 extra a month? Get the second or the third job. Do more shifts. Eat less. I don't know. Like, honestly, these are the hard questions you've got to ask yourself. Choose your hard. No one is out there saying that this business is easy. Stop expecting it to be. It's not supposed to be. What separates you, sell a child. What separates you is you're not happy with mediocrity. You're not happy with struggle street. You want the extra 500 because that's what sets you apart. And that 500 can turn into 600 the next month if you keep putting one foot in front of the other. And then it'll turn into 700. And by the time you're earning $1,000 a month or over, now you're in the top 20% of all Juice Plus franchisees around the world, earning over $1,000 a month. So you get to self-select. It's not your upline or downline or anyone else. It's the mirror. You looking in the mirror every day. You get to self-select. What level am I employing myself at? What standard am I setting myself at? Now I can go about and get to that. So do you all know exactly how much you want your Juice Plus income to be each month and what that's going to give you, what you're going to be able to do differently? Write it in the chat for me because I want to see that you're all getting this. How much you want it to be? 3,000, 5,000. Now, what's 3,000 going to allow you to do? How's it going to allow you to feel? What's that going to bring into your life and alleviate?
It's going to allow me to continue to live life the way that I do.
So at the moment you're going backwards. Are you going to have to start making harder decisions about what you have to let go of and go without?
Yeah.
And you're probably already at capacity.
I'm dead even at the moment. Hang on.
Right. So you'll be in the category, and do I have permission to just be really freaking honest right now? We have so many people now come to us because they know that we've got wealth sorted, mostly sorted, we're still learning, and income. It was only 4.5 years ago it was, how old's Tom? It was 6 years ago that we were, renting somewhere for $350 a week. It was a little shithole. I hated it. It We were on one income. You know, we couldn't have takeaway. When we first moved back to Australia, we started from scratch, absolute zero. We had one car with wind-up windows. We lost pretty much everything when we lived in America. And James started a new career at the start of the global financial crisis, working 6 days a week until 7:15. And I was in just enormous physical pain. My mental health was suffering. And I had to hit rock bottom to go, something has to change. James can't work anymore. We can't fast track his skill level in real estate. And I don't know, my next rock bottom choice was moving back to Bendigo so mum and dad could look after the kids for free while I went back to, I don't even know what. I wasn't going back to corporate, and I didn't want to do retail. So I don't even know what I was going to do work-wise. And then I thought, well, that's just rock bottom. That's just, you know, I've gone around the world in full circle and had the most amazing career and small businesses and all of these other things. And now we're back basically living next door to mum and dad saying I'm not coping. So I had to do something different at that time. That's when I got myself out of the way. That's when I stopped giving a shit what other people think, because they weren't paying for my bills and life was getting no better. And I saw so many people on Struggle Street. I couldn't afford a coffee at the coffee shop each day. And I just thought, what does life come to? That I can't even have that's my one big outing for the day. Go get a $4.50 coffee. So sometimes we've got to have those rock bottom, what the hell moments and go, what's going to change from here? So $3,000 a month, that's a worthy goal. And it's a big goal. Let's face it, not everyone makes $3,000 a month. Let's get based in reality. That is, I would call that a between 8 to 12.
8 to 12.
Yeah, 8 to 12 club that's fairly strong, got some depth, got some width.
Yeah.
What's great is rarely do people stay at 3,000. There's not many people that just stay at 3,000. They're either going forward and they go right past 3,000, you know, to 10. 10 is a big milestone. 10 is that healthy 6 figures. Now you're in a different category. Now you've got all the skill set to go to 7 figures by ramping it up even more. 5,000 a month. So here's what I want to say. What's 1,000 going to do? Still
For me?
Yep.
Yep, sorry. I was just sending two small people back to bed.
You're doing amazing, Mama. You're amazing. What's 1,000 going to do? Where are you at right now? Can I ask?
Yep, 1,000. Just floating around that 800 to 1,000.
Are you deeply grateful for that 1,000 or are you pissed off at it?
Deeply grateful.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
That $1,000 means that I can still walk Sienna to school every day. I can keep my twins at home with me. They're not at childcare. I can't quite afford swimming lessons, but I got to say goodbye to a lot of things in my life that were making me unhappy.
Yes. You're in a big rebalancing and transition time. So
yeah,
you've done is 1,000 the most you've ever earned in a month?
No.
What was the most you've ever earned?
2.5.
Wow. So you were nearly at that 3,000. So
at 11 clubs.
If you've done it before, can you do it again?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the thing that I want to be your mantra every single day. I've done it before. I'm going to do it again. I'm not only going to get back there, I'm going to slingshot well past it.
Yeah.
And your story is the perfect pendulum. Remember when Dennis and Claudia, the Germans, were here at Varsity and he told the pendulum story? That to get big momentum back the other way, you've got to just pull it back so far. It's the arrow's got to be pulled back so far to almost ground zero to relaunch. That's your story right now. The pendulum swung. You haven't hit rock bottom. You don't need to.
I don't want to.
No. And I'm so excited to hear that you're deeply grateful. And I saw that you were really congruent when you said that. Keep being deeply grateful. The universe is going to give you more when you've handled what you've got. You've handled what you've got. Let me ask you this. If you got 3 rock stars tomorrow, you're going to freak out or flee or freeze?
What do you, freak out, flee, or freeze?
Yeah. Just that. I don't know what to do. Overwhelm, freeze, got no clue what to do, or just like flee. I don't know what to do with them.
No, I'll just put them in front of Kate. I'm like, Kate, it's go time.
So you will be welcoming it and you will handle it.
Yeah.
So now you get very, very intentional about what that looks like, who you want to attract.
Yeah.
Broken birds, not story-filled people, not Eeyore, not it's too hard for me to even get down the road. Just people who...
I think at the moment I walk over Eeyores, to be honest. I look at Eeyores that step in front of me and say, my life's really hard, and I think, just go away. I have not got time for you today.
Because you've got your resilience muscle, because you've been through a valley and you've come out the other side, and you're not using it as your story. It's part of the journey, right? You're not bitching and moaning about it. It's part of the story. It's part of your resilience. How much are you sharing your story? How many times a week?
Not the painful one.
Why?
I think I sent it to Kate last week and in writing, and that's probably the first time I've really shared it.
Well, I love this honesty. Michaela's afraid of her story too. The story that people want is what I just told you about mine. It's not, oh, look at my big mansion. Look how amazing I am. Look how I traveled the world and I lived the freedom lifestyle. But you don't care about that until you know, where did I come from? Can I relate to you? Do I know what your world's like? Have I been in despair? Have I been out of hope? Have I nearly given up on myself? Have I wondered if it's worth it? So I get that you don't want to go back to the pain. We don't have to go back to the pain to visit and retell a story. You don't have to live the story. There's a quote, when you share your story and you own it, you heal and other people get to heal. Just by listening to your story. And I honestly believe that. But the real deal story, not the highlight reel. And remember, it's background. What wasn't working? The pain. What is the solution? And then what you're excited about. Do you guys know this from GoPro? Background, what wasn't working? What's the solution? And the what you're excited about. So you just told it. You didn't have to take us into the deep, dark depths of the whole background and saga and drama. All you have to do is lightly brush over it so we can feel, wow, she's real. This is still pretty fresh. Wow, awesome. And now I want to be in your story. Now I want to help your story. Now I want to see the triumph. Now I want to know, what are you doing to create 1,000 extra that allows you to walk your daughter to school? Not quite swimming lessons, but independence. Priceless independence is what it's given you. Priceless independence, and you're deeply grateful for it. Share that story. You'll hear a pin drop in the room. Why? Because it's the truth. No one can take argument with your truth. They can take argument with everything else that we can talk about. That's why I just tell my story. I don't convince them about fruit and veggies. I don't convince them that they need to have a work from home business. I don't convince them that my life is better than theirs. But when I get to share my real story, we get to have a moment of truth. And truth is freaking rare and valuable. Right? So it's that delicate balance so we don't go right back to the pain and relive it all and feel too vulnerable and too scared. I want you to commit to each other and practice. Michaela and Nat, I really want you two to buddy up over the next week, and I want you to send me your 60 seconds. I want you, with wine, sure.
Kate's worst nightmare, Michaela and I buddying up.
Really?
There's already quite a few sessions going on there.
Beautiful.
Trouble.
So I just want to see background, the pain, what wasn't working. I didn't see a way out. I found myself in a relationship, in family situation, and I just didn't see a way out. I couldn't work anymore. I couldn't work any harder. There was no more hours. I saw Michaela nodding it. There was no other option. I couldn't get another job. I just had to keep saying no and no and no and more no to everything. And I'd given up hope. And, you know, this just came into my life, and I'm forever grateful because I saw a lot of other people with really similar stories, that it's not easy to get ahead, that many of us are just a few paychecks away from not being able to pay the bond, the blown up washing machine, the car that needs a service, the grocery bill. Maybe there's not enough in here and I'll have to have that embarrassing moment of taking things back. Have them, take it off at the checkout. Can everyone resonate with that part of your story? I don't have to know the details. Have you all been at a checkout one time hoping and praying there's enough in your cart? That's what people want to hear. Find those parts of your story. Mine was takeaway. $300 extra a month brought back a date night, a babysitter for 3 hours a week, and a cleaner once a month. And that just gave me hope. Okay? No more pity parties here. You are resilient. You are triumphant. You will be riding that next wave. You will be in it because you've done it before and you can do it again. Okay, I would love to start love Linda accountability group to support each other and to put this into action. Absolutely. Put me in there. And it's action, right? It's not complaints. It's action. You can have your moments, but it's not complaints. It's sharing. It's vulnerability. It's, I can do this. And you all stand for each other, most importantly. The real gem in this business is that you all believe in each other and you all stand for each other. And you all win when all of you win. It's no use winning unless the team is winning. So it's no girl left behind. And it's to reach out today. That's all I'm asking of you. With a cup of tea, with connection and excitement, with love in your heart, with your story right here. What you'll say at that third or fourth level in the conversation is, you know what, I'm not even sure that you know, but just let me share a little bit of my story and why I started this venture and what it's meant to me. Would that be okay? So you're going to commit. That's what I want you to start saying in every interaction. Would it be okay? I'm not even sure that you know why I started this venture and what it has really meant to me. I'd love to just share a little bit about my story. And then they'll say, of course, a story. Okay, great. Story time. Who doesn't love a story time? No one wants to be pitched at. No one wants to be spammed, chased, convinced, hounded. Do they want a story? Do they want a journey? Do they want an insight? Do they want a moment of connection with you? And you know what? The worst that's going to happen is now they're going to understand why you do what you do. And they're either going to join you, think about it, or refer someone to you. they're going to want to cheer you on and help you in some way, officially or unofficially. And you leave the conversation like that. If they're like, I'm not sure that if this is for me. Well, I want to be, look, I'm going to have a brave conversation here for a second because, honey, you can't possibly know what this is because I didn't. And this has changed my life. And I want you to just come and look at this. And I get it. If you don't love it, if you don't feel something, see something, of course you're not going to do it. I get it. I'm not going to go weird on you. But right now, is it fair to say that you only have an idea of what you think it is? And I haven't met anyone who actually has the same experience as what they thought this was going to be. It is so much more. Isn't that true? I can't imagine what this is. It's a crazy freaking journey. You can't describe this to people. They have to come and see. They have to come and feel. So who's on the Gold Coast exactly? Michaela, you live here now, right? Why haven't I seen you? It's freaking crazy to me. I don't even get it. Where are you, Fiona?
I had a baby a couple of weeks ago and it kind of didn't go right. So I kind of haven't gone too far.
Got it.
I'm in Townsville.
Townsville. What's going on up there?
Not much. I'm been, ever since I started the business, I've been reconnecting with old friends. I've been out making new friends, which is way out of my comfort zone, and just talking to people, just chatting, talking about days, kids, life.
And have you shared your story with anyone?
I have with a few, but mine's mainly around girly problems. So sometimes it's a little bit hard to share.
That's your product story, your business story.
No, not yet. I have a little bit, considering I had to give up work. And then when I came across the products and they worked was when I kind of went, oh, hang on a second, let's work from home. Work around my kids and be at home.
So why aren't you telling people about it?
Out of my comfort zone.
What is your comfort zone?
I'm pretty much a hermit crab. I stay at home. I stay in my own little world and only talk to people when I want to talk to people.
How's that working?
Yeah, it's not.
And even without this business, how's that working in life?
It's not. I've come to a realization in like the last probably 2 weeks. If I didn't have my husband and my children, where would I be? You know, who would I have? So I've been, reaching out. I've actually reached out to Nairi. Natalie will know Nairi. We haven't spoken in years. So I just sent out a message and, we're looking at catching up next week. So
if I asked some of your long-term friends, is Fiona a hermit crab that keeps to herself, what would they say to me?
No, I don't know.
Would they buy into your story?
Pardon? Would
they buy into your story?
Yeah, I know that most of them would just say, oh, no, she's lovely, blah, blah, blah. But, I've got a handful of very close friends that I keep close. But
hands up if Fiona sounds like a hermit crab to you, who keeps to herself.
Not saving you, Fee. You are not a hermit crab.
I don't even know you, and I know that you're not a hermit crab. That's just a story that you're telling yourself. And a lot of mums do that after they have kids. We lose our mojo a bit. We change our identity. We get so confused with being a mum and a wife and the identity roles that we sometimes lose a bit of our little girl. But who I'm looking at and who I'm hearing, the tone and the energy is not a hermit crab. It's someone dying to get out there.
I'm working on it.
Yes, and I'm glad you said working on it and not try. And here's the thing, nothing's going to do it better than, have you done a launch event?
Yes, I have.
And so what happened after that?
I got flooded.
Good job, by the way. Well done.
Thank you. I got flooded with people interested in wanting to know, and my friends and that questioning, and what I'm doing, what I'm up to.
Imagine that. So do we do just one launch event? That's it? When's your next launch event?
I guess we'll have to organise one.
Maybe next Tuesday night?
Yeah, that should be fine. If hubby's home, did I take the kids?
Perfect. So it can be this simple. You send the message to all the people that flooded with interest, and you say, I'm so sorry I haven't been in contact. I've just been busy, with our new venture, and I loved that you were keen to take a closer look, and I'm loving this. I would really love if we can have a cuppa and catch up anyway. And you recircle back to whoever, the original list was, and you rebuild for that, because some would have been looking, say yes, some are customers, some are, all of you can do that. So you're launching a new teamie and you're starting, so every single, every 2 weeks, you guys are doing a really great event for each other, with each other, and someone is launching. Every single, or every 2 weeks, there's 2 of you that are nervous and excited and just doing a beautiful job of your 60 seconds that you've practiced all week, that you've sent each other, you've recorded, and that you're just excited to be real for the people that have shown up for you. And you're saying to them, I just want a smiling face. I'm nervous, I'm excited, I'm loving what this is. I so appreciate your support. And I would love to see your smiling, supportive face as I am bravely going into this new venture. And who knows, maybe you'll even love the info. But let's wait and see. But our only job is inviting. Not convincing, not chasing us, none of that. You're just inviting to the next event like it's the most important event ever. And then we let the event do the work. And then we follow up. Right? And pretty soon, one of those 10 is going to say, okay, well, it looks like I don't really have much to lose. Now what do I do? And then she launches the next week. Because you said to her, I was really scared to do this, but I did it, and I was inundated with interest. And so then I did another one, and you were part of round 2. So this works, the system works, the company works, the products work. Like, let's have fun with this.
I think Kate sent me about 3 or 4 invitations to my first look at the business.
Yeah.
Different. I can't make that one. No, I've got something on.
That's
denial,
it.
denial, denial.
That's it, denial. And then you get to the point where you're like, I'm going to keep inviting you until you show up on one. Because then I will know you've at least taken a look at it. Right now you don't know. So
she didn't pester me. She just knew that underneath my little BS story, there was a real one. And I think that if I look at that when I'm looking at reaching out to people, I think that's one thing I need to do, is make sure that I understand their underlying reason, so that when I am inviting them, I'm inviting them on purpose, not just, going to invite 50 people along today because 50 people I might get one. But yeah, that was something that I learned from Fraser Brooks when he did that speech a little while ago. He was on Adam's training, and he was saying that it's better to get to know one person in a day than to start 5 conversations that never end up anywhere. Mm-hmm. He said, so if you're only going to commit to getting to know people and you want to know them from their heart so that they'll trust and, want to do something with you, then spend the time in the conversation asking quality questions rather than starting too many conversations that you can't handle.
Yeah. Right, so I'm going to finish up because I've got to pack. I'm on a plane really early to Melbourne in the morning, and restart yourself. I can't tell you how many times I restarted myself. Appreciate what you have and just restart yourself. Act brand new. Do the 30-day grid. 2 names in each of the squares. Actually do it this time and track it and bring momentum and certainty and excitement and belief to what you're doing. Put the right girl in the driver's seat. Have the right values that you're doing. And momentum comes. And then when momentum comes and you've picked up momentum, do not put it down, because you know how hard it is to pick back up. And the energy of the greater group will really begin to take on, you know, its own energy. It'll be part of the, you know, that vortex. So I'm excited. I want to hear what's going on. I do a live every Tuesday at 12. That's Q&A in Team Spirit. That goes for half an hour. And I also do a leadership call, which is officially for SCs and above. But I know there's certainly some people that jump on. Maybe they're not SC. I don't mind too much. That's always mindset from me, and that's on Tuesday at 11:30. And it's my code is always the same. 615-044-5397. Now, I know there's lots of training. You're never short of that. Pick who you resonate with. Pick who and, you know, what training suits you time-wise, what you want to watch back. But your DMO can be as little as 20 minutes a day, doing 2 reach outs with a cup of tea. That creates a lot of magic. And from there, it's 3-way messenger chats and 3-way calls, and then it's live events, recorded events, 3-way Zooms, and then they start, right? And then you plug them into the system that we know works. So all those goals of your income, step 1 is, what does that look like? What does $1,000 look like in your business right now? You know, what are you going to need to do? How many more team are you going to need? How many more customer orders are you going to need? How many people doing shreds? Tuesday at 12 is my live, and Wednesday is 11:30 a.m. until 12 a.m. is the leadership call that I do. If you're not all in Team Spirit, jump in there too, because I will be posting things different. I do different trainings. You have a whole league of tribal mentors that you get to tap into, right? And that's the best thing about this business. So either add yourself, just find Team Spirit, add yourself, or have your upline who's already in there add you in. And I mean, you've got 2 males between us. Sometimes you need females to hear from as well. Okay, they're amazing guys that add a lot of value, and don't forget me. I'm here as well and can add value to you as well. Yeah. Thank you. I'm honoured to be on here, and I'm excited to see you guys really. There's seasons in this business. So now it's the season of productivity, and then it'll be reaping, right? Reaping and rewards. You know, a lot of people are coming into a different season, and it's part of life. It's not good, not bad. It just is what it is. And what I love about this business is it's always here for you. It's always got your back. You've always got that foundation. The skills that you've already built stay with you for the rest of your life. You get paid on those skills for the rest of your life. So come back with more resilience, more confidence, more courage this time. You build a massive amount of emotional muscle. Yeah? Awesome. Good night, beautiful girls. Who knows someone in Melbourne